Namaste, angels. This will be our new moon in Cancer reading. The new moon in Cancer will take place on the 12th, which is tomorrow for many of us, and on Friday the 13th for others. Friday the 13th, also the first day of Av on the Hebrew calendar, because the Hebrew calendar and the Muslim calendar, or the Islamic calendar, both follow the moon. They are based on the moon as opposed to ours, the Gregorian calendar, or the Roman calendar, or whatever else one may use. So, what is the month of Av? It is the month of Father. Av or Ava or Abba means Father in Hebrew. And so it's like the month of God, the month of the universe. And it will be celebrated. During this very special month falls a very special soulmate day, a day dedicated to soulmates, to finding one's soulmate, to reuniting with one's soulmate, to dance the night away with one's soulmate. It goes all the way back, at least as far as I know, to King Solomon, perhaps earlier. I know it from King Solomon. And the songs of Solomon speak of it and all of this stuff. So I'm excited. And my viewers and subscribers are excited. Welcome to viewers and subscribers, new and old. But I've spoken to a lot of you. Many of you are getting readings, are getting energy healing, and I absolutely love it. I think it is so super important now. As you know, that's why I did the sale. I have people getting packages now, like buying 2 at the sale price, 2 healings at a time, so that they're purchasing 1 for now, like before the new moon, and then 1 before the new moon and full solar eclipse in August, and then like hour-long reading that'll be broken up in 2 half-hour pieces. And so half hour like before the moon, the full eclipse, and 1 at the end of the month, the end of August, just to see how everything's going. But so far, so much progress. Some of them may want to comment, they don't have to. And many of you know that I share some of their comments and things also on my Divine Light Cleanse page, or they upload them themselves sometimes too. But they've been, just having wonderful progress. Couples buying them, or a Divine Feminine buying for herself and for her Divine Masculine the healing, so that they can be prepared, and coming back to tell me all these wonderful stories, how they've stepped into this place of like the deepest love they've ever felt, and their union has changed, but they had to go through some stuff to get there, and it's all been like accelerated because of this karma that we washed away. That was residual karma that we washed away. I can't clean unresolved karma, but I can clean the residue of resolved karma, and that's what we've been doing. And so I'm really psyched, and I'm looking forward to doing more and happy to do more. And if anybody out there is interested in getting a reading or energy healing or anything from me, please check me out at Queenofswords, thelightworker.com, or at Gmail, or on my social media, Instagram, Twitter, Queen of Swords 99, Facebook, the full Queen of Swords, the Lightworker. All right, so let's get straight into it. I'm going to begin with the Keepers of the Light Oracle and Lady Portia, who is Saint Germain's Divine Feminine, Divine Order. Do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding. This is kind of like the Justice card in the tarot. Lady Portia, all about justice. As a matter of fact, the numbers 8 and 11 represent the union between Saint Germain and Lady Portia for me, and always have. So those of you who've been watching me for a while know that how excited I get when I see 8 and 11 before this all started, and now like for a totally different reason. And opening to Kuan Yin, care and compassion. Choose to be love. Do what you know is right for everyone involved. So that sounds familiar. Do what you know is right. This theme already beginning of justice. I posted on Facebook today about blessings, scripture from Proverbs 11:25 through 26, and it was so random, but not like sometimes when I get messages, they're very clear. Sometimes I get actual instructions: do this, do this, do this, and it's There's no question about it. There's nothing for me to figure out. And then sometimes I just get syncs and synchronicities like everybody else, and I have to try to put things together. Today, I don't know, all of a sudden pops into my head Proverbs 11:25 through 26. I post it. And then one of my friends, viewers, subscribers, supporters, my Patreon on here, Lily, she comments, oh, it's the 7-Eleven and the 8-Eleven both backwards. And I'm like, what an awesome, observation it is. So everyone's beginning to notice. That's one of the things that makes it so exciting. Like, you can just feel something really beautiful is coming. And I just think it's awesome that people want to be prepared for it. Anyway, opening to Horus, speaking of all that, and Cosmic Gateway. How awesome is that? Your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Miraculous changes are occurring. So what I'm going to do with this first one is I want to see what's going to... I just talked about how I'm working with individuals before each of the next, these moon phases and solar eclipses. But I just want to see between this moon and the next moon cycle, which will be at the end of the month, the full moon, what we can expect. I went to do it in the love reading this week as it relates to love. And rather than do it for the week, I ended up doing it for the whole month by accident. So I had to leave it like that because obviously that was what Spirit wanted to send through. Otherwise, I wouldn't have said the month. So once it was done, I had to leave it. But I wanted to do the week. So now I'm very consciously saying I'm going to use these cards to do a spread of what we can expect to go into the moon with and come out of it with only for the period of the moon cycle. Again, do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding. And, they're together now. Saint Germain and Lady Portia. Karma releasing. Move beyond drama. Create your own path. Make room for good energy. That's what I'm doing with my clients. Or that's what we're doing together. One of them thanked me so immensely the other day. And I said, you initiated it by giving, you got to pat yourself on the back too. And congratulate yourself too. You took the step to, get the healing for yourself and your divine masculine. So that, you're not feeling this way only because of, what I did or even what the universe has done for you, what God's done for you. You did something for you too. And that's one of the things that the piece of scripture that I posted talked about today too. It's about, if you're a blessing to others, you'll be blessed. But it specifically says also like one who waters himself will be watered. You nurture yourself, you'll be nurtured. And that's what we do when we, take advantage of these opportunities and use these tools too. Not just, through me, through however you can get it, however you can get well or better. Help yourself. Treat yourself. Lady Portia. We got two here. Lord Ganesh, infinite abundance. Obstacles are being removed. Spiritual support and connections are increasing. And Cernunnos, life force. Express your driving passion. Sensual and sexual powers are increased. That has a very Scorpio and also devil energy for me. Devil from the tarot, I mean. And it makes sense. That's Cernunnos. It's a very earthy card. I should have held it up longer. So it's like, and it comes through like the devil. So it's like Capricorn or Saturn. And Pluto, ruler of Scorpio, is currently retrograde in Capricorn, as is Saturn, which rules Capricorn, also retrograde there. So I think that's connected to that energy, heightened sexuality and things. Anyway, opening to Serapis Bay and Ascension. Move into true self. Rise above the darkness. The light is here. Lady Portia. So I just think I've talked enough. I hope you guys agree about what to expect with the moon on the mini readings, the moon and the eclipses on the mini readings that I've done. I did something on just karmic situations with the masculine. I'm thinking about doing a whole thing with the masculine, but I don't know. I haven't gotten there yet. So I did it there. I did talk about it in the general for this week and last week, I think. I'm sure I mentioned it at least in brief in the love reading, and also at length in the 2 impromptu readings I did, both for unions in separation and unions in contact. Saint Germain again. Karma releasing. Let's read this again because this is important. Move beyond drama. Create your own path and make room for good energy. Overall energy is El Moria, awakening presence. The universe is with you. Wear a cloak of protection and love. So this is the energy with which we are entering the new moon. A gift from Spirit, God, the universe, to help us. The energy with which we will be leaving this phase, and the energy with which we will begin the next one, which will be July 27th at 4:20 p.m., the full moon and total lunar eclipse. 4 degrees Aquarius, 4 degrees, 11:11. So 4 degrees Aquarius, 45. So this will be going into it. A special gift surrounding that from God, from the universe. And leaving that energy. I won't take it any further. I'm going to put the outcome here. Going into the new moon. Babaji, soul expansion. Your consciousness is expanding. You understand the connection between all things. So this is spiritual growth, psychic awareness, soul expansion. Special gift from the universe surrounding the energy of the new moon. It's Lady Venus. Downloads and understanding. What a gift. Let me tell you. Truth is being revealed. Deep insights are coming from heaven and the astral realm. Love. And we'll leave this period with Saint Germain back again. Karma releasing. Awesome. Move beyond drama. Create your own path. Make room for good energy. So it's like here, truth is coming out. And here, we're letting it go. We're saying, okay, I don't want to deal with that drama anymore. I'm glad that came out. And I have clarity now. And now I've completed that chapter. Now I'm moving into a new one. Okay, so with what energy will we go into the end of the month in preparation for the full moon and full lunar eclipse in Aquarius? Hope, love, and acceptance. Love is yours. Recognize your divine worth and choose loving thoughts. This is about continuing to manifest by thinking and speaking positive things over our lives, and the law of attraction. What special gift will God give us to help us with the end of the month and the lunar eclipse, and letting go, and the full moon and letting go, because new moons and solar eclipses about new beginnings, and full moons and lunar eclipses are about endings. So what gift will the universe give us to help us through that? Forgiveness. Wow. Master Jesus, you're on the path of light, love, and forgiveness. Father healing is possible at this time. What month did I say it was? It's the month of Father. It starts on the 13th. And with what energy will we leave this period? Boom. Infinite abundance. Obstacles are being removed. Spiritual support and connections are increasing. More and more, I'm looking forward to these moons, these cycles, and the outcome. Joan of Arc, voice of truth. Stand strong, focus on your purpose, release the fear of persecution, and speak your truth. This is like the energy of the Ace of Swords. That's the outcome. So, which is all about victory, but also, yes, truth and new beginnings that may get off to a rocky start. And we may have gone through some struggles to reach this period and have had to deal with some drama and some karma releasing, maybe even some pain. But again, there's forgiveness here, there's hope, and there's abundance. So it's all good. Looking specifically at right now, beginning with the Two of Spring or Two of Wands, your vision, creativity, and dedication to your cause have brought you great success. In fact, it may be in your best interest to get a partner to assist you in your endeavors or to expand the number of people who are helping you. The Two of Spring or Wands is about faith. Okay, with those ones that I just talked about, the manifestation and the law of attraction, that's where we speak and think wonderful things over ourselves. With the two, they begin to take form, at least in our minds, through our faith. We believe so that we can receive. And then with three, that's the creativity. And they begin to be created and to manifest in a tangible sense, to take form sort of before our eyes. But it may require some patience on our part. It doesn't just happen overnight. But by the time it gets to four, which is what we're going to have by that next moon phase. Remember, the full moon, 4 degrees Aquarius. There's that Ace of Swords for you, right? We ended on a note of Ace of Swords. That's Aquarius. 4 degrees Aquarius. When you get to that 4, you're on a stable foundation. The Two of Spring also, of course, the Divine Union or Twin Flame card of the Tarot. Opening to release or death, which represents the sign of Scorpio. It's time to release the past and to move on to something new. The ending is the first step on the way to our happier future. So you're letting go of whatever would be keeping you from this Two of Spring energy. Opening to awakening, which represents the sign of Pisces for me. It's the Hangman in the Tarot. Look at things from in a different way, and all will make sense. Don't worry about your progress being halted temporarily. Things will soon start moving again. So if there's patience required and maybe moving from a 3 to a 2 here, just because you don't see it happening, just worry about what you got to do and what you want, and like being honest with yourself and trying to look at other people's sides and be diplomatic, and you'll come out of this on top. When the clock starts ticking again, your thoughts will be in order. You won't be stuck in that sort of foggy, dreamy, I'm not sure what's real and what's an illusion. And you'll have made a decision if you need to too. And speaking of decisions, the Seven of Spring, be assertive, believe in yourself, and don't let anyone else take away your personal power. Trust that your inner guidance is true and follow it completely. Awakening. And the King of Winter is intelligent, impartial, respected, and unemotional. At this time, it's very important that you communicate clearly, be objective, and be unemotional. Act as professionally as possible. If you need advice, seek out the most experienced expert that you can find. The King of Winter, he's a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, so someone likened to those traits or attributes. Can also be here representing the planet Mercury himself, currently in Leo, or the planet Venus herself, who's already shown up here a couple times and is sitting here, right here up the top, staring me in the face. She entered Virgo this week. Or this could be about Mars, which is currently retrograde in Aquarius. Awakening, and lastly the sun. So I just talked about you do not know what's illusion, what's real. Well, the sun illuminates everything. So if there's what's done in the dark is going to come to light when this shows up. Your plans will work out well. bringing you happiness, prosperity, and success. You'll garner the recognition for your accomplishment that you so richly deserve. The sun, or major arcana card number 19, represents the sign of Sagittarius in the tarot. But it can be one of the other fire signs too. And for me, Leo would be next, because Earth's sun, the star above us that we call the sun, rules the sign of Leo. Awakening on the Hangman. I'm going to cut. And speaking of Venus in Virgo, the Princess of Autumn, cheerful, reliable, intelligent, and mischievous. A wonderful opportunity related to your work or education, such as a promotion or a scholarship, is coming your way. Seize this chance to learn something exciting or to start a more rewarding and uplifting career. As it relates to relationships, this is about relationships with value, okay, where you feel valued and you feel deserving, and so does your partner, and there's longevity involved, right? You can go the distance. The whole connection has a worth. Overall energy is the 3 of Autumn, which is about abundance that is earned. Your most satisfying and profitable career or relationship comes from following your passions. Listen to your heart and listening to your heart rather, and doing what brings you joy. So as opposed to what somebody else says for you to do. Your life purpose is best fulfilled by allowing your talents and true self to shine forth into the world. The masculine is the 6 of Summer. The love and care of children could become an important part of your life, or people from your childhood may return to it. Old memories can be healed, and possibly old childhood dreams are ready to be revived. The 6 of Summer can absolutely be about children, but it's also, again, like when you were a child or your past. It doesn't have to be such a distant past where you were little, but here there's like a couple here. There's 2 birds in between them, or they help each other to carry a flower. The 6 of Summer is a card of soulmates as well. The masculine is surrounded by another 6 of love, and is the Lovers. True and long-lasting love finds its way into your life. Follow your heart with caring actions and choices. So right off the bat, it's like boom, boom. Soulmate connections. Masculine subconscious justice, which represents the planet Venus. Here goes our 8. Fair and just decisions will be made after all the evidence is reviewed impartially. Have compassion for others and try to see all sides of a disagreement. Justice, again, represents the planet Venus, and specifically the sign of Libra, which she rules. It is about equity and fairness and diplomacy. And when it says like doing what you know is right, it's what you know is right, from your heart. What feels organic, what feels natural, what feels real. Only love is real. So it has to be something that's based in love. Crowning the feminine. It's another 6. Boom. The challenging times are coming to an end, and you can now breathe a sigh of relief. Let go of the past and embrace the happier times ahead. The 6 of Winter, unlike any of the other swords cards, is a card of movement, and it can be about travel, vacationing, or just metaphorical movement forward, never backward with the 6 of Winter. It's always about things getting better. Feminine surrounded by the 8 of Summer. So they've got an 8, they've got the 2 6s, we've got the 6. You feel that there's more to life than what you're living, so it's time to move on. You may be moving from a situation that isn't good for you, or perhaps you're being drawn to what would make you happy. Either way, you are in control. Feminine subconscious, it's the princess of summer who's sensitive, kind, open-hearted, and inexperienced. You can expect to kindle a new romantic relationship or a close platonic friendship. You may suddenly receive an emotional message from someone or be invited to a social event. Pages bring news. So this is news of something, having to do with love and emotion, something that is going to make you happy, right? Joyous. The princess of summer for me tends to be a Pisces, but can also be a Cancer, a Scorpio as well, or anyone likened to these traits or attributes, or making or receiving the offer of love. Crowning, the Two of Winter. Procrastination and worrying about what others will think is blocking you from making a decision. If you're torn between your own desires and someone else's, follow your inner guidance. That's the second time we've heard this message in this reading already. Because remember, our overall energy, the Three of Autumn, also says your most satisfying and profitable career relationship comes from following your passions, listening to your heart, and doing what brings you joy, right? Not somebody else. At the roots, the Hermit, since you got to figure out what it is you want, what brings you joy, go within you to do that, to figure that out. The Hermit represents the sign of Virgo, and it's about enlightenment, right? Take time for contemplation, to retreat and to go within. Be a beacon for others on their path to spiritual enlightenment. These cards also can be showing up. We had a lot of evidence before about the masculine, many cases, and I got all kinds of confirmations from you guys having some legal issues, and I said that I felt that the legal issues more so would take place during the month of July, not August. So for some, that's what this is. This justice is actual legality, and the Hermit, can be a lawyer or something, or somebody else who helps you to come into, again, enlightenment and furthering your cause. But we're still on track to be happy, for things to come out as best as they can for everybody. Whether the justice is metaphorical for you or, again, actual legality, all will be well. At the heart of the matter, the Prince of Autumn, trustworthy, dedicated, protective, and funny. This Prince of Autumn, in my daily readings for my Patreon subscribers, has been at the heart of the matter for like 3 days. It's important to make a detailed plan before starting any new endeavor. Once you have that plan in place, then you can take immediate action and get as much accomplished as possible. The Prince of Autumn is trustworthy, dedicated, protective, and funny. He's also a Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. Let's get some clarity with some love cards. The Universal Love Oracle, beginning with abundance, which also represents the planet Venus for me, and earthly abundance, finances, material, and also love, all of which she rules, and opening to meditation, because in order to open up the flow to this, we need to spend time with her, earthing, as one of my friends and viewers calls it, and connecting with her. Abundance. And the gateway, second time this message has come to us during this reading too. The gateway, fear. And the fear about going through, fear that we're not going to be prepared to go through, and embrace. This represents the healing. This looks like one couple, in a very loving hug. It is one person's inner masculine and feminine coming together harmoniously. This is a card of healing. It has a very temperance energy for me from the tarot. Temperance represents the sign of Sagittarius. It is very fiery as well. Sagittarius ruled by Jupiter, the planet of karma. So yeah, that would be the planet that's preparing us or rewarding us. One way or the other. Karma can be good too. People forget that. The same way I tell them, angels can be bad. They're not all good. I have to remind people, karma can be good too. Like, contrarily. Opening to answered prayer, which brings in this energy of Aquarius for me. So the star right here over her throat chakra. Aquarius, as the other air signs, all about communication. So when you have it over the throat chakra, it's like something needs to be spoken. The star represents the sign of Aquarius in the tarot. It's also about dreams coming true, wishes being granted, and prayers being answered. This butterfly here in the middle is right over like her solar plexus. People say that's where our soul is. Many believe that's where our soul is. That's where we get gut feelings or butterflies in our stomach to, you know, tell us what's going on, what our soul desires, what our soul wants. And looks like what her soul wants, she is getting. This card represents the energies of both air and water for me, but again, most specifically Aquarius and Scorpio are those. Gateway and one more. Transmutation. Here comes the fire. Taking negative emotions and energy of attachment and turning it into love. Raising everyone's vibration in doing so. Gateway. And meditation back. Overall energy is celebration, and I love it. I think it's self-explanatory. I think this is about our rise. I think this is about those of whom will be prepared, will have healed themselves, will have managed to, in a healthy way, have their inner masculine and feminine come together harmoniously so that they can go through that gateway. I think the gateway began back on June 13th, which was my birthday, so it was a celebration personally for me. Also, the day of the new moon in Gemini, 22 degrees Gemini, so another 4 or 11, and the first partial solar eclipse. And this is the way it was shown to me. And then July, the partial solar eclipse, culminating in August with the full solar eclipse. But that full solar eclipse, also that period, August 11th, immediately preceding it is the Lion's Gate. And what the Lion's Gate is, every year around 8/8, the planets, not all of them, but some of them, and we'll talk a bit more detail and specifics at a later date, but planets come into a particular alignment so as to basically seemingly open a gateway. And that just within days of this full solar eclipse. So, you know, just there will be a lot to celebrate. And I can feel it already. I know some of you can too. Not to mention the whole month of August is an 8/11, with 2018 equaling 11. So that's why some of my clients are going to be doing a check-in at the end of the month too, or maybe at the first thing beginning of September. Atop the 6th of summer, emergence. This is reconciliation or reunion. This is coming back. You see, this is rising from these depths. When you look at this card and you see she's all surrounded by all this yellow and she's looking up toward white light. Where there's light, there's dark. That means the dark is from where she came. And she is rising up from somewhere and like sort of returning. And that's what the 6th of summer is often about. It's about, it's a soulmate card in the tarot. And it's about people coming back into your life. Even if it's just temporary. And a lot of times this is brought on by retrogrades. Whatever it's being brought on by, this is what it is, right? People emerging from the darkness. You haven't seen them in forever. Atop the Lovers is expectancy. And what this says is we need to let go of the need to control or to try to control the energy of love and how it comes into our lives and impacts us. We cannot tell the universe when to send us what and whom and what size or color or shape or whatever. Soulmates come, they come in the color of auras. That's how they come. And, whatever the soul dictates. So expectancy, when this card shows up, it's like there's a need for us to let go of our need to control, and this thing that we do where we sort of dictate to the universe what to give us and when, and all that does is block our blessings. So let go of that, because masculine, you are at risk of blocking your blessings when it comes to love. This is about true and long-lasting love, right? The kind that will be represented by a page of earth. I remember I said the value, and you're going to feel deserving and worthy and of worth, and so is your partner. That kind of love that wants to come is being blocked by, you trying to impose your thoughts and things upon it. So let go of that. Atop justice, again, Venus, the planet of all abundance, planet of love, money, popularity, confidence, esteem, right? Abundance. Here she is, twice over for the masculine, that he's about to get his just due. Okay, and it's positive. Atop the Six of winter and moving into calmer, stiller waters for the feminine, where she may have had trouble before. Look, there's literally an angel, a feminine angel, standing here in calm, still waters. This card represents for me, again, the signs of Aquarius, Pisces, and fire signs. So we just saw those. I just talked about Sagittarius, Pisces, and Aquarius very specifically. Aquarius, again, because here's another star, and is placed, again, strategically on a communication center right over her third eye. She's standing in this pool of water. She's holding a vessel where she's pouring water out of it. She is what? A water bearer, right? She bears water. She's here bearing water in her hand. So she's a water bearer. She's also, again, standing in a pool. From this pool are these translucent fish emerging. They represent Pisces for me, as does the moon that's behind her. In the tarot, the moon represents the sign of Pisces. But it also brings in, of course, the energy of Cancer, because not only is this the Cancer new moon reading, but Cancer is ruled by the actual moon. Forget the tarot. The real moon rules the sign of Cancer. And then we have, of course, this red-winged angel. So there's your fire sign. And it's creativity. So it brings in the energy of 3. Right? 3s are about abundance and creativity, and coming up with creative ways in order to create for yourself abundance that comes in surrounding your passions. Right? Like it's like making money and things, doing something you love. That's what this creativity is about, and it mirrors here this card of abundance. So very appropriately. Atop the 8 of summer and wanting to move on from something or move toward something better is fear. So being afraid to do either. In the case of, it looks like the feminine for the majority. Being afraid to move on. Now you know what you have to work on. This is one of the, the negative emotions onto which we're holding. It can be a negative cord of attachment to fear and to our own ego and pride and, the unknown, just falling into a period of, or a phase in our lives of energy of like convenience, where it's easier to stay somewhere even if we're miserable than to move on because we don't know what's out there. So that's what the feminine has to work on. And atop the offer of love and the princess of summer, or page of cups, is dreams. Now what did I say that this represented for me? Pisces and Neptune and the dreamy energy. So here it is. And the offer of love may come in your dreams. You may be visited, or you may, do some astral traveling yourself to someone else's dreams. And that may be where you get your answers, your communication. Atop the 2 of winter, 2 of swords, inner child. The Two of Winter is an energy of inaction. So where it comes to this inner child who looks like she has something to say, now we have a star on each of these communication centers, the throat chakra, the third eye chakra, and the crown chakra. And we have the energy of air, not just Aquarius, but air in general surrounding her, all these puffs of smoke and these clouds, and also all this green, that's the earth energy and the ray of healing, and then all this blue, the water, earth, air, water. So she's using her intuition. She may be communicating with you that way, again, similar to the dreams. Actually, a bunch of the same colors here. But she's got something to say too. And crossing the fear, maybe, you know, she's been afraid all this time and she still is. So this is one of the things we have to heal. At the root, atop the Hermit, and when we need to go within to figure out what it is we want, need, and learn things about us that we're not familiar with, and maybe coming to some enlightenment and spiritual growth, is sacred union. Boom! Talk about it coming into enlightenment and growth. And it's more of this color scheme too, which is, I love when they do that. So the fear is associated with moving on toward the union. It's like fear of happiness. The closer you get, the more, you know, anxious you are. Because we are worried, like, am I ready? Can I do this? The heart of the matter atop the Prince of Earth. Healing sounds. I told you there was a need for healing, and it's going to be specifically around the sacral chakra here for a bunch of us. More of this water energy, now water and earth coming together. Healing sounds is about our need to maybe listen to some binaural tones or any genre of music that, you know, makes us happy or brings us peace. If we can do it while we're spending time in nature, that's even better. You live in an area that's conducive to being outside, and, you know, maybe while you jog, you got earbuds in or something, while you sit on a bench, or while you sit Indian style or in a prayer pose or yoga pose or whatever, you know, float your boat. If there's something you can listen to that you also find peace in, whether it's a motivational speaker or a guided meditation or something, you should do so. Further clarity now from our Ascended Masters, beginning with positive change and Parvati. And opening to yoga. I was just talking about yoga and yoga poses, and Babaji is back. Positive change. Now Moria says, clear and shield your energy. Clear and shield your energy. And energy healing. Told you. I love when they just reinforce what I've, you know, the messages that I've already brought. And shuffling these, I didn't see anything negative or to be afraid of. Just go forward. Serapis Bay says go now. Clear and shield your energy. Spiritual law of attraction. Told ya. And I also spoke about King Solomon in the beginning, and here he is now with priorities. These are overall energy. Atop emergence, and the Six of Cups is the power of joy and Maitreya. So that Six of Cups, again, it can be about children. For some, it may represent some sort of bundle of joy. But for others of us, it's just whatever brings you happiness. And it is friendships and familiar relationships and romantic relationships coming back together in a healed way. Atop expectancy and the lovers is listen. So rather than just try to dictate and control, right, and you impose your views and things upon the other people and the universe, try listening instead. Atop abundance and justice is right. Some of us, it's about papers, some sort of, again, legal paperwork, and it can be divorce. You know, like that song Usher, Papers. But I see people signing something having to do with abundance. It can be coming into some sort of other financial settlement, or, you know, actually where, as it relates to legality, it's any kind of court. You know, some of you had criminal, some of you had civil, some of you had family, some of you had divorce, and again, it's all good from what I can see and what the cards keep saying. I've done many, many readings for this period, all different kinds. You can check them all out. They're all good news in these areas, like the best possible outcome. Not saying it's going to be perfect, but the best possible outcome. I had one client who was up against something like 30 years, and she didn't do any time. That's, you know, that's real. That's real. Atop creativity and the 6 of water and moving into calmer, stiller waters. It's more water. It's Epona here with this horse in like a mystic forest, standing in more water and earth here. This is about healing too. Okay, toward moving on to better times is working on our healing. Crystals. Atop fear and the 8 of water. So fear of walking away from someone or something, and fear of walking towards someone or something, even though we know we should, is fertility and Pan. This is that energy again of Scorpio, and maybe specifically Pluto retrograde in Capricorn. Because you see, this is even like a goat, right? A goat is Capricorn. But it's this very sexual energy of Scorpio, and it's sort of like that rawness put together with all this earth energy here. I see some air in the background too. So it's fear of like something new, fear of trying something new, of the new path that your soul is guiding you to walk. Atop dreams and the princess of summer, who is famous for them, right? The energy of Pisces is artistic expression. So sort of like what's up here, coming up with creative ways to pursue our loves and passion. Like, what do you love? What moves you? What, makes you feel positive emotions? What are your dreams, your desires, and your goals? Artistic expression is about coming up with creative ways to live them. Atop that little girl, inner child, and the 2 of air. Let it go, says Kuan Yin. So maybe there's something we're carrying with us from our past, even possibly as far back as childhood, that it's just time to release it. We don't even have to address it any further, just release it, let it go. At least that's what Kuan Yin says here. Atop sacred union, which I love right here at the root. Isn't that an awesome place for sacred union? And the hermit is meditate. So if you need to understand more about yourself as it relates to this connection, or more about your union, go inside, go within, and you will come into some clarity, says Buddha and the hermit. And at the heart of the matter, atop the Prince of Earth and healing sounds, peace offering, white buffalo calf woman. Now when I pull this card, and I didn't expect to pull this card, I'll be honest with you, because I just felt so good the whole time. When I pull this card, people do pass away. It's not people that watch my readings or anything like that. It tends to be people surrounding the collective. So like friends of the family, close friends and or like cousins, like more distant, not our immediate family, but other kinds of family members and stuff. But I think that more so what it means here at the heart of the matter, atop the healing sounds, is I said to listen to something that brings you peace, right? That helps to heal you and brings you peace. So I think that's what she's suggesting too. And she appears to even have like a musical instrument, maybe a flute or something in her hand. So again, I think it's very important to not only meditate, but some sort of meditation that allows for, has an audible component to it, is what the universe guides us to do right now. I'll do these last because these I have to read. Advice to the masculine from the keepers of the light oracle. Facing fear. So they've got some fear of their own, but they're going to hit theirs head on. Major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. Feminine. More of the same. Okay, I hope that I am expressing it the way that they've been telling me to, and getting the point across of how very important this healing is right now and how crucial this time is. Hilarion, divine healing. Honor your sensitivity. Retreat to recharge and to heal. Your light can support others. Some celebrities will go with this too. But again, more so than that. And for a change, really, because usually when I feel this, I get like so overwhelmed. I'm still not like that, and I didn't feel that energy really when I was shuffling and stuff either. I just felt good. So more so than that, meaning this is about the letting go and death to like the old energy and the rebirth and the new, right, and the walking toward the new. Fertility. Where it does relate to passings, it could be male or female this time. It's right here. It's dead center, no pun intended. But right here in the middle. All right, so from the animal tarot to the masculine. The Queen of Winter, who's experienced, self-sufficient, brilliant, and funny. All of your life experiences have prepared you for this moment of truth. It's time to dedicate your home. To declutter your home. I guess you could dedicate it to make some sort of commemoration or something. Clear away situations that aren't working for you anymore and disengage from people who create more drama than happiness. So we've heard this message a few times too, to break away from drama. And it was specifically on the side of the masculine early in the reading as well. Animal tarot to the feminine. The World. Major Arcana card, the World. Number 21 equals 3. So again, possibly having to do with some sort of party of 3, a third energy, something from which we're to walk away, okay, because we've been there too long and we're supposed to move towards something new and fertile. Congratulations on successfully accomplishing what you set out to do. You've made it through the challenges and incorporated the lessons life offered you with grace and courage. The world for me is about the universe stepping in, karma stepping in, to help to ease you out of a situation and bring you to a better one that's meant for you. It may require some patience. It may move slowly, like my computer just restarted or something. I'm not touching it, as you can see. I'm not using it. That was interesting. Pardon the noise. Yeah, it could be require some patience and move, rather slowly, but yet steady. Slow and steady wins a race, like the Prince of Autumn. although the energy of the world for me represents fire. It's a fire energy. So it is movement. And it can be, again, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. If it involves an actual person, it may be a direct fire sign. May very well be a direct fire sign, actually. For the masculine, your advice from the Universal Love Oracle is, in fact, to love. Again, the only thing that's real. Feminine, ours. Aw. Again, with the color schemes, the same colors. Ours is to go ahead and move forward. So it's connected to this energy of the Eight of Summer and the Fear, which is the same color as well. Okay, it's connected to this. To be assured that as you're moving forward toward this other thing, or away from this other thing that you need to leave behind, you're protected. You know, you're not alone. You have somebody to talk to, someone with whom to walk, someone who's going to share the experience with you, someone who's going to support you, especially if you ask, if you seek them, if you cry out for help or call out for help. And it's just helping to lead you to this new opportunity, this new beginning. From the Ascendant Masters to the masculine, come out of the closet, says Amaterasu. So this is urging you, some of you maybe literally need to come out of the closet. Maybe that's your, you know, where you felt stuck. That's been your devil energy, your Eight of Air or something. For others, it still means a similar thing, like, you know, to be yourself and to make decisions based on what will make you happy. The same message you've seen in this reading a few times for you guys. For the feminine, mother, wife, sister, daughter, says Lady Nada. So we have an energy with a relationship rather with a feminine energy with whom we need to heal. It can be ourselves, it can be our own feminine energy. It can be the masculines. It can be an actual female that's impactful upon our life. Our mother, wife, sister, daughter, people in our family, people who are close to us. And there's a relationship that we have to work on, and either, you know, by either repairing it or walking away from it. And sometimes that is very scary to consider, walking away from people who have been in the past our close friends, or maybe even worse, people who are our family members. Walking away and thinking our relationship with them is possibly dead, or at least temporarily. How could that be? It happens. Sometimes we just have to love people from a distance, in the interest of our own continued, you know, wellness, our well-being, our health. And theirs, really. Drama is not healthy for anybody. Stress isn't healthy for anybody. You know, it's definitely a killer. From the Isis Oracle to the masculine, the dark mysteries. Enter the chamber of the dark goddess. This is about healing too. And lastly for us, divine destiny, path of the divine warrior. I love the idea of that. I'll read these two. First, let me show you the overall energy had been life restored. Priestess of the Phoenix. So this is about that rising again, sort of like this energy of emergence up here. Rising like the Phoenix. And I also kept shuffling to Rising Sun. Speaking of rising, the divine solar child reborn. I thought, how appropriate is that too? And they're right here at the undercurrent. All right, the dark mysteries. Enter the chamber of the dark goddess. The dark goddess calls you to her inner chamber, where she holds a test and a gift for you. The test is your willingness to meet and to release the fears within. The test is your willingness to meet and release the fears within that have been secretly holding you back. The gift is freedom, peace, opportunity, and prosperity in all of its forms. Will you accept her call? Your time for deeper initiation is here. When the dark goddess calls you, it is a life-changing experience. It's not always easy, but the rewards for those brave enough to answer her call and to enter her inner chamber are tremendous indeed. The rewards are a life lived more fearlessly, the gift of loving, and being just who you are in truth. I don't know what I did with come out of the closet. Oh. All the masculine's cards turning up in the advice from the dark mysteries. Without having to impress or to bow to another out of fear of rejection. It's a more open and expansive way to live, and it attracts the bounty of the Dark Mother, her gifts of love, opportunity, peace, and prosperity, well-being, and wisdom. I just used the word well-being too. It takes a strong soul to go through this test and into the liberation it delivers. But you're ready, dear initiate of the light. The Dark Goddess calls you to initiation, where you've been working on your own shadow, bringing your whole self to light. The Dark Goddess calls you into initiation for this. During such times, we often need help, as shadow work can be uncomfortable, painful, or just quite difficult to undertake, as we are working with unconscious material, trying to bring it into the light of our own conscious awareness. Working with the shadow, the parts of us that we've deemed unlovable, or the parts of us that seem too marvelous to actually be us, requires courage. The Dark Goddess will call you when your own shadow needs healing and integration, when something within is holding you back, when instead, if acknowledged and brought to the light of awareness, it could possibly actually help you to move forward. Often the shadow element needs integration when the Dark Goddess is present, its power in some form or another. It may be personal power, spiritual power, or your relationship power that needs to change for you to blossom and for life and its gifts to manifest more abundantly for you. Becoming more powerful does not necessarily mean gaining more force. More often for advanced souls, it actually means surrendering our will into alignment with greater forces of divine will. Letting go of your own expectancy demands in exchange for divine will. That allows us to more consciously participate in the flow of life, sensing the signs and nudges that lead us toward our greatest manifestation of the soul this lifetime. Often, when we're reclaiming our power and defining for ourselves what it is to be powerful, we're confronted with fears and loss and failure, abandonment and rejection. It can be painful at times, but accepting and releasing the pain brings such deep relief and happiness to the self. It is good to confront these fears with a loving and firm approach and be open to taking risks and growing anyway. I talked about that here for the feminine. This is what Isis, as the Dark Goddess, teaches us, not to be afraid to go to the dark places and the difficult feelings within. They may seem ugly at first, yet if we allow ourselves to go there, with some conscious awareness in place, we can realize that these parts of us just need love and acceptance. And those parts that we once revealed often blossom and turn into our greatest assets in a more conscious, helpful version of themselves. We need radical trust to do this inner work and to take her initiation. The dark goddess will support and nurture you through her tests as she guides you to receive the gift of more of yourself. No longer shackled in fear and hidden away, but ready to be in the world with brightness and vigor. And divine destiny for us. Divine destiny, spiritual work of the higher initiate. The divine warrior guides you to your divine destiny. The divine warrior energy exists within men and women as the inner propulsion to continue with a worthy path even during times of difficulty. When faced with a challenge, a true warrior will summon more of him or herself to the cause. It might be more wisdom, focus, intelligence, and surrender into the divine. The warrior within has great inner resourcefulness and determination. This part of you will lead you to spiritual success. The oracle of the divine destiny is a call to your divine warrior. This part of you has great self-esteem and believes that what you desire is worth whatever effort, personal growth, application, focus, and attention are required to obtain it, provided it aligns with your divine destiny. This part of you acts in personal integrity, and if the goal will compromise integrity, then the goal is refined until it shines like a diamond in your heart. Then the divine warrior will bring it into being. The path of the divine warrior is not one of any means to an end. The means and the end are considered equally important. The divine warrior will succeed in bringing about your divine destiny, but it will be done in a way that's integrity with deep spiritual values. There are important teachings on the path of the feminine about the need for surrender and allowing for the best manifestation. The divine warrior is not at odds with these, but continually surrenders into the greater unfoldment and play of cosmic forces, seeking to align with those forces for the greatest power and flow. The oracle of divine destiny often comes at a time when there's something that you feel you're struggling to attain. It may be a vague sense of clear vision. There's something within your heart that you have almost given up on, wondering if it's ever really going to come together. This oracle comes with the message that although you may feel struggle or challenge, it is not a sign to step away in the situation. It's a sign to put your faith in the divine warrior within instead. This warrior may shift approach, change expectation, or go within to find the resources that you require, or find a completely different path to get you to your destiny. But don't give up the fight. If you're not sure to what this applies, ask yourself what it is in your life that you feel you are fighting to attain or to maintain. Find it is not in form, but in essence. If it's your job that you're fighting for, then it may be your freedom and responsibility that you're really fighting for, as an example. If you are fighting your weight or eating habits, then it might be the right to express your true feelings that you're fighting for. With your body as the divine warrior refusing to give up the right for truthful expression. Find the truth of what you're working towards and keep your heart and mind centered in that truth. Your divine warrior will get you what you need and deeply desire in alignment with your best and highest divine destiny, because you deserve no less. I hope that you guys have enjoyed our new moon in Cancer reading. Again, if you would like a personal reading from me, just hit me up. If you would like any of the services I provide, hit me up. I am so very happy to provide them, particularly right now. I'm really excited because I feel like we're helping each other. Every time we go, we get this healing. Every time we get clarity, and we can together move forward through the gateway, toward the gateway, making progress as a collective. I get excited because we're helping each other, It takes away all like the selfish aspects and stuff like that. Also, if you want to connect with me on social media or whatever, I tend not to invite people. I mean, I'm inviting you now on the video, but like how they say, invite your friends and send emails around, or, please like my page and stuff. I don't do that because I'm different. I'm weird, but I just feel there's something about genuine, interest, that I seek, or I guess I need. And so I want people to like my page because they want to like my page. I want them to friend me on Facebook because they want to friend me on Facebook, not because I'm trying to get numbers up of any old people. I want the real, genuine people that share the journey with me, my soul family and my extended soul family. That's who I want to watch my channel. That's who I want to contact me for readings. That's who I want to help to heal. That's who I want to talk to and joke with on Facebook and Instagram. And that would be you. If you've tuned in and you've spent this 50 minutes with me, listening to me, that would be you. But you found me and I found you. I didn't have to try to solicit you. That's not what I wanted to. So I just like when we come together this way. And again, welcome to those of you who are new in doing so. If you have not yet subscribed, please do it. If you liked the video as in enjoyed it, please like the video. I have to get used to saying this and asking you guys to do this. Although, on a personal level, I don't care. In the sense that, again, it's not about likes or popularity or money. Like, I'm in this thing for real. I'm on the journey with you guys for real, with those of you who are genuinely on it too, and understand the purpose and feel that you're a part of it, and feel connected to your individual purpose as well, like it's part of the puzzle piece, like in knowing that you fit in here with these other people. That's what I'm all about. So again, thank you guys for joining me. I'll be back soon. I got like 3 personal readings remaining to do of the ones that were ordered last week, whatever, the ones that were ordered last. But other than that, I am free. Send the orders in. I look forward to it. Namaste, angels.